Hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. You are welcome to the Baby Doll Show. My name is Chika Samuels, your fertility and lifestyle coach. And let me know where you're joining in from. Okay, hashtag Owerri, Abuja, New York. Let me know where you're joining from, okay? And I'll be in the comment section to engage with you. You're welcome to the Baby Doll Show, and we have gathered here again as we often every day do. We gather here every week, and we're discussing something very, very important. And I told you, if you're a woman, quickly gathering the men in your lives. Today we're discussing sperm health, and what we're discussing today is densely valuable for every man. It doesn't matter the age where they are, they need to hear what we're discussing today because it's a lot of values. So it was once thought that and in conventional medicine, it was once thought that the women are the ones that are only ones that are impacted by age, or by a lot of happenings around them, environmental factors. But recent scientific evidences are hugely showing that male fertility is very much impacted by aging, and by environmental factors. Things like the sperm DNA fragmentation, sperm motility, that's how fast the sperm is, moving, the shape of the sperm. A lot of research bodies have proven that this can all be negatively impacted by passing years. So I often tell people, I have a lot of the women in our, not a lot of them, a good number of them in our fertility coaching programs come, and you often find that because in conventional medicine, you see the gynecologist or the health practitioner focusing more on the women, and the men are kept, just bring your sperm and just pay the bills. They are not in the conversation, they are not carried along. So the man will be like, okay, when it's time to pay the bills, tell me. But this is 50% of the equation. And a whole lot of times we see a lot of women struggling with issues. Last month or so, I shared the sperm morphology results from one of our couples on the fertility coaching program, where the man has been told by other previous doctors that he's okay, everything is okay. Meanwhile, the results are screaming that the sperm parameters need, the sperm count and the sperm motility need support. And he's been told over the years, they were 8 years in marriage, that everything was okay, that is the woman that has a problem. And because of that, he went all drinking Coca-Cola, smoking, drinking alcohol, like, they said I'm okay, so you're the problem, go fix yourself. And by the time they met me, by the time I told the woman, she was so bothered that the husband was not willing to come on the fertility program with us. I said, okay, can I speak with him? And by the time I shared, and I often like engaging with couples that are willing to read, by the time I shared the research studies, and explained his diagnosis properly for him, he was like, my goodness, he's been living a lie all these years. Because, he has actually fathered a child before. And that was what made it difficult to bring him on board. Because, like, okay, I fathered a child before, so, I have a baby mama, so, you should be the problem. But scientific research has shown that a man's sperm today is a result of what, it is not a result of what's been happening over his lifetime. It's also predominantly affected by the choices he had made in the previous 4 months. And in this show, I'm going to explain what I mean by that. So it's not about how your sperm result was 10 years ago. We're talking about in the previous 4 months, what are the lifestyle choices you have been with? How are you eating? What kind of nutrients are you exposing your body to? What kind of environmental factors are you exposing your sperm cells to? This is what you see in the results when you do the test results in coming 4 months. Okay, I'm going to be sharing a lot with that. And that's why I said calling all the men in your life. They need to hear this. And I have found in my experience that a lot of times men believe better when they are hearing from knowledgeable people. When you're interpreting this thing with your spouse, saying, oh, what I heard about in the Baby Doll Show today, and Chika Samuels, the fertility coach, was saying this, they will be like, they'll take you with a pinch of salt. But when you're hearing it from the health expert and it is provable, and I'm able to answer their questions and clarify their questions and answer their questions accurately, they are more inclined to give attention to what you're saying. Yeah, so call them in immediately. If you're joining us today we're discussing 3 solid steps to healthier sperm. Okay, 3 solid steps that you can be sure that if you're a man and you're deploying these 3 steps, you can be sure that if you have a male diagnosis that is struggling with sperm parameters, if you're deploying these three steps I'm going to be discussing today, there will be an improvement. I can give you a guarantee that you can go back and you see a difference in your sperm results. When asked many times for quick results, people come on a fertility training program and be like, okay, I want to be able to have twins in the next 3 months, next 4 months. I often remind them that if they are doing everything they should, I mean the men now, if they are doing all that they should, it may take 2 to 3 sperm cycles, which is about 3.5 to 4 months each, to see an improvement in your sperm quality. Do you understand? And this is why our coaching program takes about 3 months, 90 to 120 days, because this is what we call the preconception period. It's the first step in our effective fertility treatment program, and this is where we help people to overcome infertility, to overcome recurrent miscarriages, even when other previous fertility treatments have failed, in up to, I would say, 50%, amazingly. In the couples that engage us for our fertility coaching programs, I see infertility issues stemming solely from male issues. Amazingly, solely from male issues. According to some data that I read about recently, the quality of a man's sperm has deteriorated. Human sperm, the average urban adult right now, it has deteriorated by 60% over the last 40 years. And of course, you know the reason for that. Urbanization, high-fat diet, obesity, resulting to unhealthy lifestyle, affecting the structure of the spermatozoa, and also the development of the offspring, and even the health in the later stages of life that the people that make. So if you and your partner are feeling overwhelmed by all the things that needs to be done in order to improve sperm health, or your doctor has diagnosed you of low sperm count, or poor sperm motility, or low sperm volume, perhaps this sperm isn't as shaped as it should. That's when we're talking about DNA structural issues, or the man does not produce as much sperm in quantity as should be ideal, or the sperm's swimming ability is compromised. That's when we're talking about sperm motility. Or maybe your husband has a drinking problem, or takes regular visits to fast food, instead of being part of your fertile diet, or he's unwilling to take the elixir drink, or the sperm is affected by oxidation. Whatever the case is, we're dealing with it today. So call them in, share the link, and ensure they join immediately. I have said before that lots of conventional medical doctors have underrated the role of a man in the outcome of fertility. Biologically speaking, it is the egg's responsibility, the woman's egg's responsibility, to address and optimize genetic imperfections that we routinely see under the microscope when we're looking at the sperm. Yes. So if this egg is struggling, and that is why I did this free webinar. You can check on the comment section the link to get free access to the free webinar on egg quality improvement. Because if the egg is struggling, less work has to be done in terms of promoting the sperm's viability. The more likely that couple's input, do you understand, is going to contribute to having a viable embryo. So this ultimate creation only happens in teamwork, and that's why you often hear me say that fertility is a teamwork. So even if you're opting for egg donor, or sperm donor, or donor embryo, there is no escaping the preparatory work, because unless you're taking surrogacy, as long as it's entering your womb, there is need to prepare your body for that journey of parenthood. Do you understand? So I've also read about a recent research that states that 50% of miscarriages occur due to poor sperm quality. And I'm talking about low motility, I'm talking about poor morphology, and high levels of DNA fragmentations. Yes. So this myth of when a miscarriage happens, they say, oh, the woman could not carry the baby, that's why the miscarriage happened. 50% of miscarriages have been proven to occur due to poor sperm quality. So the baby could not pass the particular embryo level where it could be called a baby. Because when sperm is clinically or subclinically impaired, this is what we call average or above average level of sperm quality. Even if you're doing IVF or ICSI, the rate of implantation failure, the rate of the miscarriage risk is on the high side because of sperm quality. And that is why we always preach that fertility is a team sport. Without quality sperm, the egg must utilize its own resources. The egg, there's energy in the egg, the woman's egg. The egg will now use the energy that it's supposed to use and build the baby to sustain necessary cellular development, division of the sperm, to help the sperm to come up to speed. And the negative impact of poor quality of the sperm, despite all the high-tech solutions that we have, doesn't only stop the couples from having a baby naturally, it also increases the risk of failed IVFs. I read about a meta-analysis research that did some recycles of about 8,000 treatment cycles, and concluded that meta-analysis research concluded that male factor has a negative effect on clinical pregnancy following IVF and ICSI treatments. So if egg quality is compromised, or sperm quality is compromised, or maybe the woman is struggling with low ovarian reserve, the sperm, on the other hand, also must ideally be well above average in quality for best results. So a man's contribution to a healthy baby is infinitely more remarkable, than most IVF specialists will have you believe. Trust me. So it can be an ultimate difference between having a baby or not. Let no one kid you. So a lot of times, if you're working with a health expert for fertility, and the person is focusing and giving 90% attention to the woman and ignoring the man, especially if the sperm results have shown that it needs support, run for your life. Run for your life. Trust me. So appropriately, when we are trying to understand why a man has been diagnosed with infertility, what we try to look at, we're not just looking at the analysis itself, we're also looking at what the analysis is telling us, because sperm is highly susceptible to a lot of damages from what I call them fertility culprits. These are chemicals in the product that he's using, in the working environment, radiation in the environment that he's working, heat condition. People that drive long distance, we're going to discuss all this in the show, drive long distance, stay in traffic, in hot vehicle, junk food, alcohol, smoking, recreational substances, these have all been proven to, impact sperm health. And our patients over and over again have proven how improving fertility lifestyle of men and removing these obstacles to their optimum health can really help improve sperm quality. So let's start with one of the steps that you need to give attention to. Well, let me just tell you before we go in there, just so you know, if your husband or a guy, you're listening to me and you're told that it doesn't matter, you can smoke and you're fine and all that, smoking has been proven to negatively impact every stage of male and female reproduction. We have a lot of research bodies out there, as well as embryonic development. That means if that embryo is going to form a baby. So even if you're using surrogacy, as long as you're depending on the sperm, you're using that sperm, it's important that the sperm quality is above average, because it drastically decreases as a man's ability to make sperm increases. Okay, so there are safety guidelines that have shown all over the years that there's really no safe, some people say, oh, just one glass of wine. There's no safe alcohol consumption or smoking limits when it comes to getting pregnant or taking home a healthy baby. Let no one kid you. These are all proven. Smoking, alcohol, they are all proven toxicants that have been shown to have negative effects on egg quality and also sperm quality. It's also important to remember that a sperm analysis is a snapshot of a moment of time. I said that earlier. It's a snapshot of a moment of time. So because biology is constantly changing, so the fact that you fathered a child 5 years ago, 10 years ago, does not mean that you can be able to impregnate a child today. I even read about a study that a severe case of flu can wipe out sperm quality on month's end. Infection, a tiny minor clinical, an infection that is poorly treated or probably not treated very well, can wipe out the sperm quality. So if your spouse's or your partner's sperm was fine 6, 12, 72 months ago, it doesn't mean that it's fine today. It doesn't mean that it's fine today. And this is why we give this clinical attention when we're dealing with those in our fertility treatment plans. I have seen a complete turnaround in the sperm parameter take as much as 3 sperm cycles to fully recover, to come up to above average. Okay, so it's important that we give attention to these things, because trust me, you cannot sweep it under the carpet. These Men are 50% of the equation, so they cannot be ignored, even if you're going, for assisted reproduction. So let's look at the steps, 3 solid steps for healthier sperm. The step number 1 is environmental factors, and this is an intangible that a lot of times people ignore it a lot. People ignore it a lot because they are intangibles. About stress level, especially for today's urban adult. Okay, the guy is traveling in traffic, 5 hours going, 5 hours coming back, sitting down, and that is why the innovations of the chairs, the newer chairs, have cooling effects that you can switch on the AC for the cooling effect of the men. These are studies, research studies that brought about that innovation. So poor lifestyle, inadequate nutritional diets, have been shown to affect the balance, the pH balance of the sperm health. And this also affects the sperm quantity, not even the quality, also the quantity. It takes about 100 days for your body to create a mature sperm. So, and that is why we can confidently say, and we have seen in our fertility coaching programs, that you can improve your sperm health. Okay, you just need to be consistent with that procedure that works for about 100 and 120 days. A healthy diet, lifestyle has been shown to improve sperm production, increase the percentage of healthy sperm that are being produced, and improve sperm movements. Because you can have good sperm, and if it's not moving well enough, it's not going to get to the egg, and we can't score the goal. So nutrition has been proven to be a direct impact. Women, cook not just nice tasty food, but nutritious food for your husband, especially if he's trying for a child. Don't just be the one eating the nice food. You need that 50% to score the goal. So nutrition has been proven to have a direct impact on sperm potency and sperm motility. There are a lot of research that shows that poor eating habits and regular consumption of alcohol has been proven to lower the quantity and the quality of sperm, making conception more difficult. And since infertility is nearly as much as a man's issue as a woman, up to 40% of fertility problems has been traced, they've been traced to men. So eating healthy now will boost your chances of conceiving a child if you feed the guy the right thing, or at least follow up to ensure that he's eating the right thing. Okay, so there are specific diets, that we put on the men, and on our fertility coaching programs. We also encourage them to lose excess weight, because weight loss can increase testosterone, which is also a sex hormone that is needed to produce good sperm. It helps to improve their energy and their vitality so that they can keep up with the tempo. Choosing organic foods, also chemical-free personal care products. When we're dealing with personal care products, we're not just talking about the creams and all that the woman is using. We're also zoning on what the cleaning products they're using at home and what the man is using also. Okay, we're talking about eliminating caffeine, and when I mention caffeine, I'm not just talking about coffee. We have done a series on this fertility culprits and the impact of coffee. You can go to our YouTube page and you see loads and lots of information and videos on the impact on this on sperm and egg quality. So eliminating caffeine, alcohol, tobacco, marijuana, eat only low mercury fish, organic meats, and organic poultry, to minimize exposure to these toxins. Taking good quality supplements. There are bespoke supplements that we deploy when the sperm needs support. Of course, you can eat well and you can add lifestyle, but if you want faster results to improve sperm quality, there are particular supplements that we prescribe on our fertility children plan and also on our coaching programs, because several studies have shown that deficiencies of these nutrients and these supplements are also impactful in sperm volume and also testosterone levels. So male stress is also something that you need to give attention to, because we have what we have discussed about oxidative stress and its impact on sperm. It has been shown to lower sperm count, weaken sperm motility. So we have seen cases where the sperm motility in the scan result is okay, but by the time the guy goes through oxidative stress of his day-to-day activity, we see that the motility is weakened, the sperm is not moving fast enough. So these are the things that we give attention to, because stress also has been associated with sexual dysfunction. The guy is not able to last as long as he should in bed. Ejaculation issues, impotency issues, oxidative stress has been proven to have negatively impact on this, and of course this translates to the couple's chance of conception. And this is why in our fertility coaching programs and our treatment coaching programs, we also offer effective bespoke distressing mechanisms relaxation mechanisms. Okay, other environmental impacts. We're still talking about the first step. Impacts that impact sperm health are radiation, ionizing and not ionizing radiation. Oftentimes when couples meet me with gross poor sperm motility, the first question I ask is, what kind of work is the man doing? Okay, because environmental factors has been proven to significantly impact sperm health, emotional stress, okay, excessive exposure to high temperature, tight clothing, okay, women, ladies, what kind of boxers? It has to be 100% cotton and breathable cotton, okay, not nylon, not the one that the organs will not be able to move, yeah. Resist from tight clothing, environmental pollution, sedentary lifestyle also is impactful, okay, where the guy is sitting in the office for a long time. There should be some sort of activity, some sort of exercise, okay. The person has to sweat. This all helps to boost testosterone, the sex hormone that is very, very efficient and important for production of sperm quality, okay. Is the guy exposed to radio frequency electromagnetic radiation? Is he exposed to pesticides and toxins? Is he exposed to lead and cadmium from drinking water? You know, in our fertility coaching program, we talk about drinking water. Drinking water source is a huge impact, because I've seen people say, oh, I'm taking all the supplements, but they're not giving attention to the kind of water they are drinking from tap, and they say, oh, I'm boiling the water. They are these chemicals, these psychotoxins, the cadmium, lead, they cannot, boiling cannot take them away. And also the filtration rate of the one you're using from the jug cannot take them away, okay. We deal with all that in our coaching program, because these have been proven, these chemicals have been proven over and over again to impact air quality. Even when you're using the right supplements, you need to address drinking water, okay. So if you're listening to me and a guy, or your husband's or your partner's work brings him in contact with environmental dangers like pesticides, solvents, organic fumes, radiation exposure, is affecting their sperm production, okay. So it is well known that testicles should be cooler than the rest of the body. It is common biology, yeah, at its best. The harmful effect of sperm production is believed to result from extra warming of that area. So, and that is why we tell there is no scientific evidence to prove that there is any particular type of shorts or brand of shorts or jockey type is better than this boxer type. But I always recommend cotton, 100% cotton. And also something that staying at home and post-COVID has driven a lot of men to be doing is putting their laptops or their computers on their laps, on top of their private organ. These are high temperature work areas, or staying in prolonged baths. I always recommend that the men should shower in cold water, okay. Cold water. If you must shower with warm water on hot water, let it be lukewarm, okay. Cold water, okay, because the testicles needs to be cooler. There is a reason why biology or God created it to be outside the body system, because it needs to be cooler than every other part of your body, okay. So weight maintenance, we talked about moderate exercise is beneficial. At least 60 minutes of moderate physical exercise on most days of the week is recommended. Step number 2 to healthier sperm: rid toxicants from your diet. I'm talking about your junk food, your pastries, your pizza, your caffeine, your sugar, your cigarettes, cannabis, excessive alcohol consumption. For me, there's nothing like excessive alcohol consumption. There's no safe consumption rate or quantity for alcohol, especially if you're trying for a child. Yeah. So eat healthful, diet-rich, products, organic products, fruits and vegetables, and the females don't overcook the vegetables so that the nutrients you bought in the market can end up in his plate. Yeah. Whole grains, okay. Whole grains. If you are trying for a child, I always recommend, whole nuts and seeds. You should always have nut seeds. Okay, I'm talking about dried nuts and seeds. I'm talking about whole nut seeds and whole nuts. Okay, whole nuts and whole nut seeds. Yes. So make nut trails from those. Okay. Hydration also very, very important. We have a lot of research studies that have proven that healthy dietary models like the one we give in our fertility coaching programs has been shown to correlate with better sperm qualities. Of course, you can see our blogs. In fact, this month of June, I've been testifying every week, and these are all women and men of advanced age. We're having women in our fertility coaching programs giving birth in 42, age 43. Last week we had one in age 43, and their men are way older. Okay, and that's because they're deploying these tools. Yeah, so that's what is recommended for your food, your raw vegetables. You can eat them as well as possible, your salads, your fruits, your whole grains, fiber rich products. Okay, and your nut oils. Okay, get rid of your vegetable oils, your oily sea fish. Okay, reliable sources, source them from reliable sources, your nuts and your seeds, your avocados, source them from good sources of unsaturated fats are very, very good, for sperm health. Okay, and something that you need to give attention to. Step number 3, get rid of smoking. And I'm going to zero in, and I had discussed just a little bit about alcohol, but I want to zero in on cigarettes and alcohol here, because several studies have linked cigarette smoking to lower sperm count, low sperm motility and morphology. Smoking has also been proven to increase levels of oxidative stress in sperm and can lead to sperm DNA damage, and this is when the sperm cell itself is genetically abnormal. There are a lot of research bodies that have proven this, and researchers have presented us with consistent view regarding the adverse effect of smoking on male fertility, both in terms of the cigarette and cannabis. So occasional drinking of alcohol is not recommended if you're trying for longer than 3 years. Okay, you need to do a change of character, of lifestyle. Okay, and daily consumption of alcohol. There are people that they must stop by at the bar on their way home, and they say they are trying for a child, and they say the woman is a problem. It's been proven to deteriorate both sperm volume and sperm morphology, impairing normal sperm. So when you come and say, oh, you have a baby mama, and you are now drinking more than when you did, how much alcohol and how much sugar you're taking before you got your baby mama, just be sure that things are not the same anymore. Also, caffeine also has been proven to significantly reduce the weight of testicles, okay, sperm count and sperm motility also, and it's important that you give those attention. So I hope you learned something today. I hope you are going to share this information to every man in your life. And we are the 2021 has gone half gone. It's half year now, at the time of this show. So if you're trying for a child, I understand that DIY, telling you what to do can get exhaustive, and I know that some people wouldn't mind some hand holding. I know you need some, and this is what bettered, the 4 weeks handheld fertility treatment plan that we just launched. Is a treatment plan that has everything that is required to conceive and carry to term. Because a lot of people will just go, Mommy Chika, please stop telling me what to do, Joe. Stop telling me the supplements to take. Just buy it for me and tell me how to use it. And that is what bettered this fertility treatment plan. And it's something I'm so excited about it, because it's something that me and my medical practitioner has really been deliberating on, because I feel the pains of those people that have been on the coaching program for a while, and they're thinking, okay, what's the next step? And they need some hand holding. So we bettered this holistic comprehensive service where it is focused, we are giving you focused medical attention, focused medical diagnosis, making you understand, what your diagnosis is saying, and giving you evidence-based natural treatments in a systemic, approach tailored to your own reproductive needs and your health need for both trying couples. It is targeted to maximize, to achieve pregnancy by improving ovarian reserve, reducing stress, balancing your hormone and your immune function, and improving, of course, as we are speaking about, improving your sperm quality and its quality. Okay, and I took time to explain. I'm going to also share on the link in the comment section what you stand to gain. We're going to give you monthly supplies of smoothie packs, of the elixir drink pack, of herbal loose tea for beverages. We're going to send you herbal blend mixes. We're going to send you shopping guide charts, meal plans, recipes, to make your own meals and to be able to make your own decision. I'm also going to give you a 1 month supply of pharmaceutical grade, your bespoke supplementation plan, instead of asking to go and buy the supplements. So a lot of times we give this, if the medical practitioner will give a supplementation plan, and people will go and buy the fake things, or they'll go and buy the low quality supplements, or the lookalikes, and they don't get the result and be like, oh, why am I not getting the result? Now we want to do it for you. We want to give you the supplements so that you're sure that you're taking the right thing. And we'll also be monitoring how your body absorbs and reacts and take advantage of these supplements, and we improve and we look out for good. So I'm going to paste on the comment section how you can take advantage of this, and also to get you prepared for the treatment plan. I also shared a free access to the 7 ways to improve your air quality even after you're 35, and I'm going to also share the link on the comment section so you can take advantage of it and start getting to work, because we want your stomach to come out, not because of fibroids, but to come out with babies inside by the end of this year. And I'm ready to work with you to produce those results. Okay, so we'll meet again next Tuesday. Share this link widely, and the link to the free webinar for those that are struggling with air quality. And if you like to know more about the treatment and the fertility treatment plan, this is for 4 weeks, and me and my team are going to really be hand-holding you practically hand-holding you through the process. If you'd like to know more about this 4 weeks fertility treatment plan, let me know on the comment section, and I'm going to engage with you. My contact will be in the comment section, and I'm going to look forward to hearing from you to give you more information. So we're going to see you next Tuesday. Till we see next Tuesday, to keep living healthy and keep giving the world your best.